Welcome to part 2 of the official McCoy podcast interview with Ray Young. Better known as my good friend Ray Yizzle. Stay tuned. It's pretty sure to be some major spit going on. Major spit, right?
All the time.
All the time. Yeah.
Slick talk.
Slick talk.
That's it.
A little stick talk mixed with the slick talk.
Everything.
Mixed with cat.
Everything.
And town business.
Mouthpiece. You have your mouthpiece right.
Mouthpiece.
That's what we do.
Official mouthpiece. Official McCoy mouthpiece. Part number 2.
So anyway, woke up, cussing, trying to figure out what happened, and obviously they hugged me. My parents were there, Matt was there, my girl was there, my boy Chris from GoFundMe was there. It was love immediately, like that was cool. But then I was like, man,
You need some answers.
and then they came in talking about my heart. Like, heart?
That's the last thing.
Like,
this
dude,
year.
I'm like the healthiest dude. I'm like, what are you, the
I got
heart?
spirulina cupcakes at the crib. I
Spirulina
got spirulina
Facts,
cupcakes and
green-
kale salads, man.
Yo,
I got,
I'm a green drink a day.
all of that. Wheat
gallon
juice,
of, yeah.
the
You see the
little
water?
shot.
Yeah, all of that.
yeah.
I'm
You're
with all of
peeing
that.
every 20 minutes.
Yeah,
You're calling this
there's
together.
No way in hell. So you're literally taking this like, man, what the fuck? And then they're retelling you the story of like how this went down. You fell. You know, I had this big old gash on my shoulder, and they're like, yeah, you had a sudden cardiac arrest. They're running tests right now to figure out like which kind of vertical per se it is, and that's when they came up with the long QT.
Yeah.
And I was like, high school, college, NBA,
Yeah.
D-League,
All the hours.
how did nobody? Come on, like what? How did I roll
And
to
you,
now
and
38?
you went to UCLA. It's not like you went to Wichita State.
Come on,
not,
man.
Not that something's wrong with Wichita
I literally
State.
went to research school,
That's what they do.
medical
They
research.
save lives. You flown there to get your life saved, and They missed you for 4 years there. And then you went to
I mean, think about it. I went to the 3 NBA training camps.
Yeah.
You gotta go. You gotta
You
do
gotta
all your
practice
stress
a little
tests
physical
and all
and
your
that.
physicals, all of that. Same thing, once you did it in the league, you had to go. I went down to the D League, had to do it there. Same
Again.
thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, how they miss it? So basically, what was explained to me was, they were like, yo, if they weren't looking for this particular like situation, we have to now go through all the steps of like why something, why a heart would suddenly go into a sudden cardiac arrest and just stop.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to go run all these little okay, it could be this, and that's what it was, the long QT. And they said, yeah, unless somebody knew to literally focus on, the way your heart murmur is set up.
Yeah. It's the way they got yours.
Yeah,
set
the
up.
way yours is actually set up. Yours does go, it extends longer than the average person.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why it can just shut off for no rhyme or reason.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so how do we not make this ever happen again, right? And I can't, now mind you, the first 3 days, I can communicate to you, but I'm kind of in la-la land, and if we're having a conversation, it's really hard. Like I feel like I'm really using
Do you know that?
brain. Oh yeah, I'm very conscious.
Are you frustrated? Like, is this really coming out of here like this?
I'm not frustrated,
You worry? You
but
scared?
I'm scared.
Like, is this permanent? Is this how it's gonna be my delivery from
right.
here on out? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's some
So-
scary shit.
Dude,
Sorry,
when it's hard to
sorry,
have,
yeah,
when
yeah.
it's hard to have a conversation, and you're literally, I can feel it. We're having a conversation about this whole situation.
Yeah.
Man, I might go into a tangent about La Brea. It's La
Yeah,
Cienega or something.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I didn't,
You
don't
done
know
went
how,
somewhere else.
went somewhere else, and then I'm lightly embarrassed, right? And then I just eventually just gotta tell you, like, yo, I like,
It's
what was he
not-
talking about? Like,
yeah.
so you feel like not only embarrassed, but
then you
also
get the response
scared.
back from that. When you ask somebody, like, I'm sorry, you know what I mean? Like, what were we like? I had a panic attack one time, and like at a dinner, and like I walked outside, you know what I mean? and or at the table, like somebody was talking to me, but I didn't hear what they were saying. I forgot where I was, what I was doing there, in the whole night.
Yes, that's what it feels like.
And you feel helpless.
And you can't center yourself back into the situation of the moment.
Yeah, and then the light comes back on.
Yes,
and then you can do it for
Oh, okay. So, okay, yeah. And then you come back, but that's what I'm saying. My left was way left.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you just came back.
It's way left. And I remember, I first couple of days, I would just try to keep it short, and not that I was being weird or whatever.
Yeah.
I couldn't go past 1 or 2 sentences.
Yeah.
Because then it felt like this overwhelming brain power to like stay on
get
track
the
and like
3
get
and
it
4
out.
sentences, Yeah.
Yeah, and you see how much I talk normally, right? So it was like that was just off to me. Like I always got something to say.
I keep the cap.
Come on,
Keep some cap. I'm from the town. I keep that town business running through my veins. I keep some cap
man.
with me.
I got it.
We go back and forth all day. Yeah.
Come on. So the thought of that's what actually scared me. And I've always been a people's person. Always been some form of sales or whatever. Real talk. That's what made me go to Amazon.
Yeah.
I was scared.
Yeah.
Like, is my speech or am I going to be weird around people?
Yeah.
Super weird. The first couple of days was like, it was weird. And people were talking to me and they didn't know, but I knew. And that's why it was like, everything was real.
You didn't share this with anybody?
Not till later, till I was comfortable.
Till you healed? You had to do some healing.
Till I healed and till I understood the ramifications of what actually happened. Right? Because that's scary to think about, like, yo, fool, you just died. Everything stopped.
We joke about it, but that's because we're asses and we got long enough relationship to make jokes
But the point is, I still needed that because I remember the first was just like, so I was happy to laugh about it because shit, I was over it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But them first 3 days, matter of fact, the first 3 days, even if y'all would have made a joke, the way my brain was working,
you wouldn't have got it.
Not only would I wouldn't have got it, I'd have been too foggy to come up with a normally slick response.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? That's what was like.
Yeah.
I can't even. Yeah, it was just weird. You watch TV. Now imagine this.
Yeah.
Imagine you watching TV and you can't follow a storyline.
And you watch movies like as much as I do and listen to visuals and the music. What did the music do for you? The music.
I didn't even hear music till about a week later when I got into music.
You know how much music is involved in your life and my life, and how much music we listen to and bang back and forth
and argue about
and send playlists back and forth. So if you can't hear no chords, you know what I mean. I can't imagine. Yeah.
Just imagine you listening to what used to be like a Biggie song or something, but the lyrics it doesn't mesh the same.
Like you from China? So another language?
It's actually, I'm so far out of it, it's hard to explain, but I could tell you when I was in it, it felt like, yo, did I just lose my comprehension skills or like my...
They couldn't touch a chord anymore.
Yes.
What he said.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to, like, weird, man, weird, scary, embarrassing. And I'm like, yo, I'm 38. I'm like the healthiest dude. Like, how much more healthy can I get, right? So anyway, the days did improve, and they improved quickly. I was
probably because you were a super healthy dude.
And that's what I always went back to. I went back to, hey, I hope my body, God, universe, whoever was working with your boy.
You spent, taking care of your body and treating it like a temple and treating people right. You had some character.
I felt like I swear, on my life.
Karma credit.
That's what I felt like, God. I'll get emotional. I swear to God.
Yeah.
That was the only thing. I was like, yo, I haven't been perfect, but I've been a solid dude. All the way through and through. Haven't been perfect, but solid, and felt like, hey, I had karma in my back pocket, and the training of my body, and my body knew, hey, we supposed to be on. We got shit to do.
Yeah.
We got shit to do.
Yeah.
You know,
There's so much more we hadn't done.
Come on, man. We got so that was the 3 days. Now trip on this. Okay. So trip on this. So you get out. I'm finally comprehending and like understanding now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, took like 48 hours to at least like, okay, I'm back comprehending.
Mm-hmm.
My talking still lasted like a week or so where I would just, you're off subject or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I was 100 enough with it to like, know, like, okay, because I felt it improving daily. My high school point guard
Mm-hmm.
comes to the hospital the second day I'd been like awake that night. Me and him, one of our best friends, grew up same neighborhood, went to elementary school together since first grade, all the way to 8th grade. Then I went to another high school, but I'd been in school with this individual from 1st to 8th grade. My boy, mental health issues, all that sort of stuff came out when I went to UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
Killed his dad.
During that time?
I'm 2 days up. So imagine this. I'm in the coma Monday through Wednesday. I wake up Wednesday night. I see him. He's one of the people that come in the first day I'm there. Of course, of course.
Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah.
Of course, right? All my family, you know, it's all love, you know, boom, 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 you know, girl, it's all love. Dude, that following night, he killed his dad, and he had bipolar schizophrenia, and we knew he had been struggling with mental health. And one of the things was he didn't want to take his medicine. It made him bloated, overweight, didn't feel the same. And also I just could understand the psychological impact of like you feel like something is wrong with you and you got to take something to make you normal, right?
Yeah.
That caught up. So anyway, I think I'm out and like, okay, I'm feeling better. Like, okay, I can, they told me, you know, I'm like, yo, can I work out and da-da-da? Boom. My boy Adrian comes in, yo, dub off this father. It's a wrap.
Plot twist, yo.
So this is my second night up. Best friend kills his pop. He's in jail for life right now. Facts.
Right.
So that was also part of the story because that was like, imagine you getting your bearings, getting your understanding, and then one of your guys,
Yeah.
you know you ain't gonna see him again unless it's between the glass wall.
Yeah.
That took me, you know, that kind of, I kept that in, but that was just like,
closer to earth.
Facts.
That'll let you know they bring you know whoever it is got you coming back closer to earth because that's some earthly shit. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, people you know hurt people at the end of the day.
But I'll tell you this. He was literally the least likely individual in my whole entire crew to do anything violent. I mean, literally.
Even with his
dude.
Why is it like that though? Why are all the people that say there's a little off? They don't be that violent. And then you know what I mean. I can understand. I don't take meds, but if you taking meds and you don't feel yourself, I might want to be I can manage the schizophrenia stuff. At least I know who I am. I don't know who this dude is when I take this pill.
And that's what, from my understanding, that's what.
Maybe an ignorant statement.
No.
Yeah.
But I feel like for the mental health community that's a real situation. And I always go like, I'm one of the people that now look back at the situation and say like, hey, what if we caught this earlier? Maybe it's not necessarily mental health. This was just, for some rhyme or reason, this was the avenue he went in and couldn't figure out how to get
navigate back through.
Facts. Wasn't
It's part of development. Sometimes
my brain.
Sometimes when you go places, you know what I mean. You need help to navigate through. That's why we started the group chat. That's why you have people meet, and it's needs to pull.
And I need to put eyes on you.
I need to see people hide stuff. You know what I mean. And they only celebrate their highs, and really, you know, they hurting on the inside. People celebrating a lot of bullshit and putting a lot of value and bullshit. So you know what I mean. I don't understand. I get the mental health thing is a stigma in our community. You know, like a mud. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But I get it. I don't think that narcotics are the answer.
No. I no.
I'm not saying that they are, but the way they're handing them out now, left and right, you know what I mean? It ain't coming back, House. It ain't fixing nobody.
I mean, you and I both know the biggest drug dealers.
Pharma.
They just have a suit.
Yeah.
That's it. They got a suit,
They
dude.
got cleaner teeth, you know what I mean? White, they got shiny shoes. They make
And health insurance. That's it.
That's it.
No different than, I mean, you know, whoever may be doing their thing with whatever they're selling. But come on, they know this isn't a long term. There's no form of
It's
long
big
term.
business.
I mean, that's all it is.
She got you hooked on opioids because they're putting the opioids in there somewhere to make you a little space cadet, you know what I mean, to keep you out of the loop so you can't check in with your body. Because the body likes to heal itself.
Facts.
What happened to yours?
Right.
You know what I mean? They after you got you stationary and calmed everything down, the body is resilient. It actually likes to heal itself when you balance and you're eating the right foods and you're getting exercise and you got some mental health. You don't have to have it all there, but you know what I mean? You can express yourself and you need to have a start. So yeah, I get all. They got to readdress the mental health situation in the community.
I was about to say that would be a whole nother. We should have a. We should talk about that.
Yeah.
Because we know enough. We know enough regular people, obviously, but even I like to share. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I would want to share those stories that me and you both. So we don't need to say their names or whatever.
Yeah. You'd be surprised.
You would be surprised. These people who you think
they got it together and they got money and they dating so and so. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? And it's across the board. Entertainers, executives, athletes don't matter. You know, and when the mental bill health come due, you got to pay it. You don't care how much money you got, what your background is, what your faith is. You know what I mean? They coming for you, and you got to pay that.
Facts. So you bet. You better be on your mental health game. However that looks, and that's different for everybody.
It does. We had some mental health issues in the UCLA community over the past couple months, years.
Let's go there with that.
Yeah.
So we've seen. I mean, we've personally had two fellow Bruins do things that we know is out of character.
For sure.
You know, completely out of character.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is looking back, I didn't know about the one brother, but obviously the one that was closest, to us, Bill.
Mm-hmm.
It's like now looking back, it all makes sense.
Yeah.
But also looking back, I realized I didn't know what was a joke and what was real.
Yeah.
Because there was plenty of statements.
It was pretty there's some markers.
Yeah, but my point, I'm thinking come on, we in the locker room, we've been practicing all day, I'm tired, I'm just think, you just talk, man, we just tired talking, dog, you know what I mean?
I done made a couple of dumb statements and made a couple of jokes where I'm doing something mentally unstable, like I'm talking to somebody who ain't there. But I'm my only child and I'm tweaked out anyway, so I might just might be talking.
That's it, yeah, and that's a normal. So that's a normal.
That might be a different story.
Only child. They're gonna figure out
I
how to
have said that in the locker room, or you know what I mean, made some little silly statements that could, or ignored something.
But how do we know what's real and what's not? Because I feel like, for example, like in Bill's situation, I heard it. I just didn't think.
That's what he meant.
Yeah, like
he thought he meant something.
Voices.
Yeah. I thought he meant something else.
Shut
Me
up.
too, dog.
I heard it too.
Yeah.
I'm not taking it like that, right? And then also, I didn't have the experience of my best friend, who I know.
Yeah.
No. I've known this dude since I was 6 years old.
Yeah.
There's no way he does anything like that. No way.
Yeah.
No way in hell.
Yeah.
But I saw that instance let me understand not only how real the mental health situation is in our community, But it was like, man, I knew about it and I didn't talk about it like I should.
Yeah.
I didn't talk to him as openly maybe as I should, or maybe there was something I could have did or whatever. I would just more or less want to make sure I stayed around. He saw me.
Yeah.
We hung out.
Yeah.
Come to the gym.
Yeah.
You know, I need
Yeah.
to put these eyes on you.
Yeah.
You know, but I didn't take it as seriously as we know it is.
Yeah.
You know, straight up. And I think that's something. Obviously, I mean, you know, we've had a ton of, you know, Bruin conversation and what we should do as a group.
Yeah.
But I do think
it's something that needs to be done.
it's something.
What is it in the pursuit of like higher athletics, whether that be like Division I or, you know, playing professionally overseas or playing in the NBA, that induces mental health issues?
I'll tell you now.
There's something about
I'll
it
tell you.
that induces mental health issues. You know what I mean? I know some people have them, you know, when you come through, but some people don't, and they leave and whatever. Like, I'm not a normally anxious person. Like, playing in the NBA, what I had to deal with, being at every workout, taking every rep, getting screamed at and having to ignore it. You know what I mean? Like, that left an imprint on me for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? In real life, you're not supposed to spend hours with people screaming at you and talking down at you when you're trying to do well and you already pushed your body to the maximum. But, you know, I was supposed to get drafted. I fell in the draft. I was supposed to be a lottery pick. I went through some of the worst workouts and experiences. I went after the UCLA whole marijuana situation before the draft. I went through so many workouts and interviews that's like, is this what y'all think about me? And I'm not, you know, you having to defend yourself up to so much scrutiny and bullshit. Like, you just get quiet and you don't want to talk about it. Like, if that's what y'all...
That's the reason I go like, yo,
Yeah.
if you're an athlete,
Yeah.
you're highly scrutinized.
Highly.
You know,
If you're coming up here and playing with these four letters that we play with,
dude.
you and Mickey D's.
Facts.
Yeah, you're a Bay Area legend. You know what I mean?
Got
Like myself, you took my damn number at UCLA. You lucky you from Oakland, and it worked out. You know, it worked out, and we cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
But you been at the level. Right. You know,
I
you
just
train against pros at the UCLA men's gym. You trained with them, played against them. You're not new to basketball.
But let me ask you this though. You gotta think about it. If somebody's in an environment, right, where it's live or die, your income, your scholarship, your whatever the hell at that moment is important for you, when you know literally the only thing between your goals and that is like this game, that could put so much stress in your head.
Oh, yeah.
And I always go like, I think the majority of people that have mental health issues actually have perfectionism issues.
There's something to be said about that. If Kobe Bryant walks around maniacal like he does in his personal life, that people are gonna think you're crazy. If you obsess over something that you have to take 1,000 repetitions, some people call those obsessive compulsive. I have a baby bit of OCD from me when I was 12, 13 years old. I used to open the refrigerator incessantly, right? And my mom didn't know what that was, so she was like, "Pray for me." You know what I mean? We had the old school.
Oh, that's that's the answer.
We had the old school ass rotary phone, right?
In the black community, we gonna pray for you.
Yeah,
we gonna pray for you.
I used to get caught on that.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you, baby? I don't know. Make it stop. You know what I mean? I count everything. I knew how many numbers were on the remote controls in the house. I knew how many steps it was from the door to my room. You know what I mean? And when I had to reach, I used to be able to walk around the house with my eyes closed because I counted everything out, and I was so OCD'd out.
Shit.
That, and then when I got to college, it transitioned this way, like into hygiene. So I used to like have to take 3 or 4 showers a day, like you know how I laugh. You used to have, you know what I mean? The co-chairs used to always scratch inside the stuff, and they would like try to touch me, and I would cringe. And they were like, but Trip, they thought I thought some way about myself, like I was better than everybody. These were the words that I was getting a report. So when I was going to the teams to talk to the teams, like this is kind of what Lav was telling the teams before I was get drafted, you know, you can't talk to him any other type of way. He responds differently in like certain social situations because I was hiding OCD. You always masking shit as an athlete.
I didn't even think about
That's what I'm
that.
saying.
I was like, I didn't even think of that perspective. Like,
I used to get trapped in the bathroom, bro, because I wouldn't touch the door handles. So we go, even at the club, we'd be out in the club, and you know what I mean? And like I used to have to wait for somebody to come in. Then I dip through the door. I start opening doors. I still to this day, like if it's a lot of people, if there's a lot of hand traffic, I'm cool.
You cool. Like,
I'll use a shoulder. I'll hide with the sweater or something. That's why I wear a lot. Yeah.
Wow.
I manage it because I learned to manage it.
Okay, but you were aware that you needed to manage it. Most people aren't aware that there's anything that needs to be managed. They're just
living it.
Yeah, it's just like you said. It's like opening that door. I don't know, make it shut off.
Yeah,
but I feel like they're actually doing that in their head. I mean,
we
I don't want to
PhDs,
disrespect. Yeah. I don't want to disrespect any.
This is just two gentlemen here talking in the safe space.
But I'm simply saying, like, I felt like a part of mental health is preparing, like, part of being an athlete, prepared
when it goes down.
When does
adversity
that make sense? Yeah.
When the adversity hits,
you train. There's something.
10x, so when you get tired, you're able to function at a level when you really wasn't supposed to.
Facts. And I just feel like there's something about an athlete's spirit, or just whoever has that kind of energy. You're always trying to figure out how you can be the best or be better, or
accept it a little more.
Yeah, it's like it's this weird thing, but I just always go, I feel like a lot of mental health is perfectionism, because people have a lot of weird tics and just things that they like or whatever they may be hiding, a weird fetish, anything, right?
Yeah.
But I just feel like if you don't know that you even need to manage certain aspects just because it may bleed into things that aren't necessarily healthy.
Yeah.
If you don't know that, I mean, like, there's no way I had this conversation with my boy. He didn't understand what was happening to him. So how is he gonna fully give you
bounce it off of?
Yes.
And furthermore, in these situations, you have these coaches and you got these dudes in here, you know what I mean, like hiding behind their little issues, and you are way off at school somewhere, and they projecting their little BS on you, and it gets funky on you, and they foster a lot of mental health issues because they got private information about you. They've been to your house, they recruited you, they know your situation, they know a lot of stuff.
They're almost like Equifax and credit, credit reporting agency.
Yeah, they pull everything.
Yeah, they pull everything. Yeah. And then everything, depending on what they want it to be, is a big deal.
It's what they want to focus on.
Yeah, whatever they want, like.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Depending on what school, they focus on different things. So check this out. What about the UCLA stigma? Are you aware of the UCLA stigma?
Give me the UCLA stigma.
I remember when I was going to UCLA, when I made my decision to go to UCLA in like 95, they were like, yeah, that's the light skin school. You ever heard of that?
Didn't know that. But no, I was up north. So I didn't get the same information.
Down here, people were like, yeah, UCLA only recruits light skinned players. Charles.
Deep. Really?
Toby. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Myself,
so I just fell right in.
Just you.
Wow. Matt. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Moose.
Dan
Gazeric. There's a couple Moizos, BDs. There's a couple of chocolate.
You know
what I mean? But for the most part,
I had no clue that.
But from the outside, when you go into pro locker rooms and stuff, this is the stuff they talk about. They think we all took money, and they think they only recruit light skinned players, and there's like a thing that you have to go through and navigate. That's why it's amazing that Matt played. What, he played 20 years? Damn near 20 years? Because I can't imagine what he had to qualify. But that's
why he wants to fight everybody. What you talking about? I mean,
true, you keep
and
that
you
shit
too. That's what I was about to say. I'm like, yo, look, listen. This is one thing that I'll absolutely say.
I had a lot going on.
For all of that light skin and all of that, wasn't nobody like really running up like that, because it was like, dude, listen, Matt's ready.
Yeah.
Chris is ready.
Stay.
Right?
Yeah.
Boom's ready. You ready.
And you ain't got his running. I'm running around.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, for all of that, I never I didn't get that
That's the
information.
thing.
But that's wild.
That's
to me.
like the thing.
But this is what I will say.
Like they talked to us about Duke. Like Michigan
Yeah,
talked
I
to
get
us
that.
about Duke.
Yeah.
Like they only take
But
kids
they was
with
hating.
good family. Yeah.
Yeah, they was hating.
And we get where it's coming from.
And you know what it is? I will say, I think UCLA does recruit a person who I feel like they feel can handle everything that happens in LA, and I felt like we were part of that bunch that wanted to be the school or the we to go to in LA,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you always got
The
the
Lakers was weak.
yeah.
But there was
there
weak.
was there was
It
boo
was weak when I was here.
Yeah,
you know
that's what I'm
saying.
saying. It was
coming-
boo-boo.
We was
There was
having more
boo-boo.
sellouts than the Lakers when we was here. You know what I mean?
Facts. So that's why I was like, didn't none of that, like, wasn't nobody thinking about that shit? Like, yo, we was trying to like,
Win.
I was trying to come to LA and blow this, like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to come here and, let's do this.
Yeah.
On some UCLA, like
It's a tradition.
this is
Yeah.
what we do.
Yeah.
I'm from Cali.
Yeah.
If hey.
My big reason to going to UCLA because I thought you could be vanguard. I thought you could like come here and cap and be activists like Kareem and Arthur Ashe and Bill Walton.
Interesting.
I thought you can be an individual at UCLA.
And you know what I thought at UCLA?
What?
That was part of the individual part because I came from a super duper small high school.
Me too. All boys.
Yeah, so I wanted to go somewhere big. Not to say where I wouldn't be the focus,
Yeah.
but like it was too much at my little school, right?
Yeah, it was a lot of mine.
Yeah, I get,
Yeah.
you know that
Yeah.
vibe, right? I came to UCLA because I actually thought that it would be basketball heaven, and no disrespect, obviously, to the coaches or anything. I just think they were too young to know even what they had, and I don't think that we were. Put it like this: if we were put in the right situation, there's nobody that couldn't have told me from 95 to definitely 2000 or 2010.
We
I'm
missing
sorry.
like 6 pros.
Yes.
We missing like 6 pros easily. Like scoring pros, like rotation players, and a couple all stars.
And like I'm saying, and the draft status and all that stuff would have mattered.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
For
How many times did Duke players come to UCLA and play with us and we were like,
This ain't it, coach. He got to go somewhere else. You got to go send him to Kansas. I thought you said he got Kansas on his top 5. Send him up there. He can't
remember
play
you were
here.
just like,
Can't play here.
and then you also have to get a dude that understands coming to LA, you got to go big or go home. They want to win. That's all they talk.
That's all they
That's all they talking about.
Winning.
And
And
say what you
looking good
want.
doing it.
Yeah, and say what you want. UCLA still. What are we? What? Top 3 for pros?
We're quiet, and we've been quiet if you think about as far as wins and
Super
championships.
quiet. Like
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. We still haven't figured out how we can create a system that we know we have pros because we're in California. We really don't need to go anywhere else and recruit.
No.
You can literally stay in the LA, San Diego, Oakland,
Orange County. We didn't even take some Orange County.
Dude.
Oh, yeah, you good.
You're good.
Yeah.
Go get whoever you're
We
good.
take a couple
right?
Texas homies. They get along with California kids.
And that's cool. But we haven't, UCLA hasn't figured out how to put that system, hasn't gotten the right coach to put that system in place because
That coach
Cats
is
is
Jim
making
Harris.
pros. And then the ego trip.
And then the straight ego trip.
And then the ego,
And
right?
then the straight ego trip. That coach, the whole
Jim
system.
Herrick was actually the reason I was coming to UCLA. You know why? Because Jim Herrick reminded me of my high school coach.
He was calm and cool and collected. He
Calm,
was chill.
cool.
He gonna let you express yourself, just work hard.
Hey,
Yeah.
yo,
He never panicked. He used to come over and sit in the timeouts. Everybody come in there all breathing hard, and he just had like this steadiest voice. And every single play he drew up in a pressure situation. It worked. We got the exact shot he was talking about. Or if they took that away, we had the second option he was looking for. Like every time.
and you fire his ass.
And
the
you
next
fire
year.
him.
What was it for? Like a lunch or something?
Because somebody showed up to a dinner up at Monty's, and somebody's may or may not tried to help their players and said that they wasn't there, but another somebody might have said that they was.
Might have said, got it.
And then, you know, I ain't saying,
I
you know,
got it.
you know, but, you know, if you could just put, you know, weed through it, and if you know what was happening, you know, then, you know,
That's
man.
So,
yeah.
And that's what we got.
And
so,
that's where we at now.
That's where we at.
And then they suspended my ass.
You and Chris.
Suspended me for coming up
I remember that.
positive on a weed test in the summertime.
That's another thing we need to
That's
talk
a whole
about.
nother.
Why are we all only testing the predominantly black athletes sports?
For even
why
a
are we
dumber
doing this?
standpoint, why are we testing our Playboy preseason All America in the summertime?
And who gives a
They
fuck
ain't doing
what
this
he's
in
doing
Kansas.
in the summer?
They're not doing this in Kansas.
And they're definitely not
North
doing that.
Carolina.
They're not doing that. They're not doing that in Arizona. They're
Hell no.
not
They're
doing
gonna
that.
give you a bag.
They're not doing it at North Carolina.
No.
You know, I was like, my boy QT from Oakland got a ring.
Yeah.
And one thing he did say, he was like, yo, North Carolina.
Got the best.
He was like, dude, that's basketball heaven.
That was my other option
Open,
besides UCLA.
Dude, the gym.
With Dean Smith.
You can go in anytime. You got
Nike
the
was
key,
lovely.
you
The
got
uniform was Kyrie. I heard Chapel Hill's amazing. They all got houses. They all go back and get houses. How they all going back and get houses?
Well,
You can't get none of
it's cheap,
UCLA.
it's cheap as hell in Carolina. So
We're supposed to know UC Regents. They got something cheap around here for some UCLA people to get some housing. I ain't saying you got to get the 5,000 square foot giant, but I mean they got some.
They got something.
They got something. Somebody got something.
Cause you remember, you remember our rent was barely doing anything in Westwood.
Nothing. That little check was nothing.
Stop
Nothing. And but we talked about this earlier. You didn't go overseas. You went to play, and we played together with Toby and the Oakland Warriors thing. We killed it. I think that was the year after the We Believe thing.
We Believe, yep.
So we always been in this weird synergy
Mm-hmm.
with like, it's like a 6 degree, 7 or whatever it is of Kevin Bacon, where if you peel back the onion, like we were there or one of us was there.
Somebody was
you
there.
know what I mean? Like literally in legend times when things happen in popular culture, like I saw Biggie Smalls, Allen Iverson's rookie year with Chris at the Clippers game the day before he got shot. We used to see Tupac in the drop top Jag that he ride about because you know the death row offices was in Westwood. You know what I mean?
I didn't know that.
It's all these stories. It's the men.
Them cats was in Westwood.
The Death Row,
Acting crazy?
Suge, and everybody. Even when Hammer was with Death Row, he used to be a fat burger in the Hummer, in the red Hummer, like banged out on some Death Row. Hammer talking blood talk.
Man, you're a
Suge
dancer.
Suge had gassed him up. You know what I mean? He was talking blood talk. But I'm saying, LA.
He said he had talking blood
he
talk.
got gassed him up. But you know what I'm saying? We have all been around each other. And we was at the We Believe games. You know what I mean? There's something about this group. You know what I mean, that we have, you know what I mean?
That nobody can explain, but it's dope. I don't know what it is. Like, dude, we always say that, like, yo.
I'm not, nothing impresses me, you know what I mean? I like to see young people doing it and doing their thing and shining, but I'm like, that's like 10 years. We was doing that in like college.
Like, for real.
For free.
For real.
Y'all paying for this? We was going into colleges and clubs with bottle service and walking out there for the price of on the house.
On the house.
For presents in college.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So
people didn't know we had our own bar.
We have a bar?
We had a bar.
We was pouring drinks.
We had
we
a bar.
controlled the liquor selection. You know what I mean? We made our own drinks.
We curated Westwood Code.
Without a doubt. And was happy to do it.
No.
Some of the best times in life was had in there. You know what I mean? And there were some interesting characters that came through there.
Man, we've had some. Okay. I feel like UCLA also might have some of the most interesting cats that never finished or came and went.
Yeah.
Like KD. How wild was KD?
The Globetrotter.
Killing it.
Is he still with the Globetrotters?
He might have just stopped, but I mean he's been there 15.
Yeah, he's been there
at
a
least.
long time. Yeah.
KD,
I couldn't do it.
Wild. I always talk about West Side of the Trees.
Trav Reed.
He got up out of there, went to Long Beach, started killing, but I still, we had some funny
cats.
cats.
We seen some things.
We've definitely seen some things.
Nothing can surprise us. What's your favorite story you had when we've all been together? What's the funniest thing you've seen or the running joke that we had?
I mean,
It's so
I
much.
can go. Yeah, it's like it's so much material. But this is what I. This
We
is what
have our
I.
own
This,
language.
yeah. This is what I'll say that I definitely always remembered and couldn't wait for. You know what I couldn't wait for back in the day when we had that. This was our schedule. Rico and them
Yeah.
at the track. We do,
Yeah.
get our little mile or two in.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Go right to the gym.
Yeah.
We in the gym from about 9 to 11,
Yeah.
11:30.
Yeah.
California Chicken Kitchen.
Cafe.
Cafe.
California Chicken
Come on,
Cafe.
stop it.
Yep.
California Kitchen Cafe.
Yep.
Right? You might do a little TP afterwards if you got some energy.
If you got it.
If you got it, or you gonna go take a nap
You
and
gotta
then go to that 3 o'clock run.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Play for that hour and a half. Boom. Get your little bang in and all of that.
Yeah.
And what I really remember was when the week was over and everybody was like, yo, we gonna go kick it tonight.
Yeah.
And that might mean we might kick it at the house and not even make it out and then turn the next morning into a barbecue or something. Just,
It was
you know
something
what?
goofy.
Just.
It wasn't
hey, man,
always glitz and
it
glamour.
wasn't. But that's what I'm saying. We just made something
what
up.
about we playing? We used to play the games. You had to play the games in front of the whole squad, and everybody was talking shit behind you. They was putting money on the games. You know what I mean, and all that stuff. So we had some legends. We had Daryl. We had
yes.
Daryl around. He was the number 2 pick in the draft. You know,
Daryl was the biggest athletic human being
ever in the history of anybody. Twinkle toes.
Can you? This is what I want you to imagine. Jelani brings Daryl, and we know he's like the football guy, but like, okay, he comes on. Remember, he was all Jordan down, hella big,
340,
and he's light.
He's hitting
feathery,
and reverse layups and shit.
Moving his I was like, I said,
amazing.
This is crazy.
It was amazing.
Ricky Davis dunking after everybody's running.
Ricky Davis dunks, period.
And he'd just go and just do. You're like, what?
What is he thinking about?
What? Yeah, like how did you like? So for real, so you was at the house, and you was like
after the run.
Cause remember he was doing the between the legs
in the pickup run.
In the pickup games, but he was trying to get off the between the leg 360.
Yeah.
Throw the.
Like it was nothing. He was amazing.
He was amazing. He's my all-time top 3 freak athletes of just like where did y'all come from? For real. And you can't teach that. I don't know what drill to give you.
If I worked out with Ricky with Phil Weber before the year of the lockout, before the draft for months, R&A put Phil Weber every day. We shoot like twice a day. So before the lockout doesn't hit, I'm a whole different player. I'm like the Black Dirk Nowitzki with handles. Facts. We can call Ricky Davis right now. We used to shoot and say purity. I don't know if you remember that. And we used to never look at the shots, and we used to turn around. That's how dialed in we were. But we was practicing, training so much, being ready for the draft. So the lockout hit. You know what I mean?
Was that 2010?
1998. That was
my
rookie
first
year. The
lockout.
Got you. The lockout hit. We waited around. Man, I go to practice with the Sonics. I'm telling this story because I'm looking at that Sonic hat over there.
Oh, heck of fun.
You know what I mean? And I'm killing, dog. I'm up there with G, Dead Left Shrimp, Billy Owens. I think it's maybe we either had Horace Grant or we have Vin, of course. You know what I mean? Dale Ellis. We talking about Sonics, Hersey Hawkins, the actual real Sonics team that I was involved in. Like one of the first practices we had, I'm killing. I'm hitting threes. You know what I mean? I'm bringing the ball up. I'm getting, they like tapping. Billy Owens is tapping like, no, like give him the ball. Let's see what else he can do. Look at this. I'm blocking shots, playing defense, grabbing every rebound, dunking, hitting threes, making plays, throwing dimes. You know, they're like testing me out. Like they're like, let's see what else he can do. Paul Westphal stops the practice.
Get to the block. What?
Everybody come in. He has Paul Westphal keeps a stupid ass look on his face, you know what I'm saying? And he's just kind of like halfway smiling, you know, it's like, you know, it's, I don't know what it is, you know what I mean? So everybody come in, right? And we all came in, and I'm geeked up. I'm about to thinking like he was like geeked up. They're still talking. They're like, young fella, ooh, you know what I mean? G's geeking me up. Everybody, they're like, ooh, we got one. They're just gonna have to turn him loose. You know what I mean? Paul Westphal. I'm standing right next to him. I'm hitting him, tired. Just been playing hard. You know what I mean? Popping in and up off my knees. Paul Westphal hits me with, why is he bringing the ball up while he's addressing the veterans? Why is he scoring points? He's not supposed to be shooting the ball. Why are you guys like, he keeps doing this shit to me? Now, you spoke of my temperament before about 20 minutes ago.
Oh, he's doing
He's
this.
doing this to me.
This.
After all the suspension and all the drafts, ranking from lottery down to 33rd pick
Really?
and everything. This is happening to me, fool. All this shit I prepared. I went to the dark. I prepared like Kobe. I was with Ricky, you know what I'm saying? I was in shape.
Yeah.
I had everything he was looking for. He keeps hitting me with this and that smile. And why is he doing all this? And he was like, that's it. No more scrimmage, right? And he's like, everybody shoot free throws with the same little smile shit, right? And I'm like, what? I'm trying to digest this.
Like,
and I'm
what
like,
did just happen here? Yeah.
Not you. I'm walking away to go shoot free throws. Not you. The same.
Yeah, that goofy shit.
You take this ball. You dribble around everybody while they shooting free throws.
Huh?
Damn, he scolding you?
For real?
I just had an out-of-body experience. I'm playing with Billy Owens and GP. I'm cooking with that left shrimp, where he is.
Mm-hmm.
He literally seeing that. I'm literally hearing the me, myself, Irene. Nah. I'm about to crack.
Right.
You know what I mean? Dead left shrimp. Eyes go big. And then he's like, come here, you come with me. We start walking off. I'm looking over my shoulder. Like I'm about to say still like, nah, something ain't right. Daddy, what did I say? You supposed to be shooting free throws. Dead left shrimp turns and gives him one of the most cold 1,000-yard assassin stares you have ever seen in your life. Like, don't talk to me, dude. Come on. You know what I mean? So I'm walking. Dead left shrimp is dribbling with me around everybody shooting free throws. He's smiling and watching us doing this clap. You know what I mean? And dead left shrimp is like calming me down. He's like, what I just saw was, this is dead left shrimp. He was like, you are talented. You way more talented than I am. And this is dead left shrimp. You know what I mean? You know, he was like, you going to be here longer than him.
This is an NBA coach?
This is Paul Westphal, and I like
crazy.
Paul Westphal from the Phoenix Suns because I like they started to play with Charles Barkley and Kevin Johnson.
Yeah, he used to run.
And you know, they used to get it up and down. Oliver Miller and Richard Dumas. I like them Suns teams. They went to the finals. He
They
dunked on
had Cedric.
yeah,
came later.
Sabalos, you know what I'm saying? Them teams is talented. Used to score a lot of points, play defense.
Thanks.
Mark West, they, you know, I'm thinking like I'm cool. I got this
run
dude.
this thing.
He shits on me, right? So we go through all this. Daddy looks at him like him crazy. I'm thinking like my career is over. You know, flash forward a couple. He says you're gonna be here longer than him, right? Remember this. Flash for a few months later. You know what I mean? If we had like a visual thing going on. We go through a losing streak. He sits us down on these bleachers. He has this come to Jesus speech, how we need to get it together because we lost 4 or 5 straight, right? His side starts to shut up. You know, the thing he does, right? Just thinking of it, when you guys were in the jungle and you got your spears.
No, he didn't. What jungle? Who's jungle what? Like the jungle.
I looked up, right? It didn't register with anybody. It didn't register with my ass immediately because I'm already off, dude. You know what I mean? So
already not.
Everybody, G got his custom. I think it's a bacon and egg sandwich in his aluminum foil that he brought every day to practice and didn't practice. He just like went and cut in the hot tub and ate this bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, and then he left. Might have shot some free throws, got some treatment. He did that. Whatever. He played the whole game. It's the glove. I love the glove. You know, whatever. So anyway, I remember him eating his sandwich, and I'm like, nobody? Then?
Y'all just gonna let
Dale?
this spirit thing go, huh?
Yeah, I'm like, none of my veterans, no, but it didn't do. Right? And he's sitting up there with that look. Then it sits in on G.
G had to think about it for a
Yeah,
minute,
he's
like,
hold up. Did this mother just call us spirit chuckers?
Yeah.
Literally verbatim. Sorry, this is literally the verbatim. You know, it's G talk. You know, everybody know how G talk. Nigga. We gonna have your ass up. Yeah, we gonna have your ass up out of here. Don't even worry about it, fellas. Literally, don't even worry about it. We gonna have your we gonna have your ass up out of here. Don't even worry about it, fellas. He ain't gonna. So, a couple days later, he left from that meeting or that shit finished. He went directly upstairs to talk to Wally Walker, the GM. Couple days later, Paul Westphal's fired. We get Nate McMillan as the head coach. You know what I'm saying? Then go on a little run.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So that left. And what he said was but this is the type of stuff you have to deal with.
He really lost the pulse of the team, though.
He wasn't.
He really lost the pulse of the team.
He had already lost the pulse, and then he gonna add it with that. Long story short, I saw his son. You know what I mean? A couple of years down the line, and I thought it to be mean to him because of the sins of the father. You know what I mean? I wanted to be mean to this kid. You know, I met him in some basketball capacity.
I remember his son. Yeah,
you remember his son?
I do remember his son.
Remember he was hooping, you know what I'm saying?
About.
I wanted to be mean to him and do something ill to him, but I thought
your daddy's a buster.
Your daddy's a straight mark, you know what I mean?
Talking
that
about
I never
Spears
seen. Spears.
Like,
And even
on,
if they're ignorance, and I thought he was cool with the brothers. But when you're coaching in Phoenix, you know what I mean? It's a different story. You got to coach and run in Phoenix. You know, he came out with the Spears, right-handed guys. You know, there's witnesses, you know what I mean? Hit us with the Spears. They got him up out of here.
And that's supposed to motivate. I'm supposed to.
But that's what happens. That's how they try to motivate you.
I got you.
You know what I mean? So it might be lucky that, and then you have to stomach that and like still play and focus at a high level. And those are these are the people that's in charge. So
well, that I think the one thing that has to change in the NBA. Just my opinion. Until you get more people that play the game and stop getting these random, I mean, a lot of them are white dudes, but these random non-playing dudes who ain't never
analytics.
Analytics
is the code word to keep the players.
Real talk. Analytics is like that's like a dog whistle for we're gonna make sure that you don't get this job because you either can't do or you don't understand analytics. Though you might have 5,000 assists in the NBA.
It makes absolutely no sense.
You know, you might have come on, like you're more than well qualified.
Yeah.
And I go, analytics tell you something to a certain point.
It could tell you whatever you want it to tell you. I can make analytics prove why the right Twix is better than the left.
Yeah, right.
At the end of the day, if that's what you want to hear, and not spend some time and not gonna want to crunch it through some weird algorithm, and you can make it look to wherever you want to. It's a good tool.
It's a tool, but I just felt like basketball is still ran by people who don't play, and until it becomes that kind of pure system, not this good old boy network.
No,
I used to be your agent, and
I'm off that. And everybody can't talk about this no more either. That's why, you know what I mean? I talk to my friends, people who I want to talk to. I don't want to talk to no more of these talking heads.
No,
thinking they
why?
know about basketball.
For what?
Are you a journalist?
For what?
Respect,
right.
Respect you.
Right.
That's what you. Respect I covered your team for 10 years.
That's what you are.
I was there. I don't know what you was talking about. Even the little kids. I don't take no stuff from no little kids either.
You're not feeling no.
I ain't feeling no little kids trying to tell me. One kid tried to tell me his dad told him I was a journeyman. An NBA journeyman. Come up at my gym when I'm working kids out and pull me to the side and say, my dad said that you're an NBA. You know what? You and your dad can get out. Y'all can journey your ass into the next workout.
What is
NBA?
What does that mean? And secondly, I go if you're literally one of 400 people in the freaking world.
Ray?
Dude, there's 400 and something people in the league. You're one of them. If I played for 100 teams, and I'm the 399th person, I'm still
cracking.
one of
400 cats
In the
that
world.
can do
You
this.
already beat the odds. That's a truth.
Like,
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying? It's like until you understand what this means.
And
It's
I
like,
ain't,
dude,
and I ain't, you know what else?
throw a ball at your head.
You know
right
what else
now.
I don't like? I don't like that cup of coffee shit either.
What you
He
mean?
had a cup of coffee. Like he played 2 or 3 years, and you know I don't like when they talk down on the brothers who got there and they played 2 or 3 years. Oh, he had a cup of whatever league it is. You hear that baseball, football, you played 2 or 3. Fool, you didn't.
And that
They not looking for you.
you're one of
400.
400.
Yeah.
And even the people that might not have made it even long term, it's like, dude, when you actually break down the numbers of the likelihood,
It's worse.
It's actually like
Didn't it dip?
that. Yeah. Oh,
It got,
for sure.
It got smaller.
But the thing is, if you actually know those numbers, there's no way you would play basketball. For what? Because the likelihood of you, even with all it,
You street dreaming. You
yeah,
tripping.
even with all it is,
Yeah.
it's still a dream.
You're tall, you're 6'10".
And more people is playing basketball daily.
And that's why the
Across
numbers
world.
gone down.
Yeah, that's why.
That's why we're talking about
it's
the numbers.
international. Yeah.
It's international now.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Cool.
harder.
The numbers are down. So I go like, dude, if you even look at the numbers, it's hard to even tell your kid to pursue it
Yeah.
once you understand the actual number. But that's what makes it so dope that
Yeah.
you had the experience or
It's
that
the
you're
journey.
around.
It's the journey and the things you learn, even when you don't make it. It's the relationships. We lifelong friends over some
Crazy.
basketball,
Over a game.
over a game. You know what I mean? Know each other. You know each other's. I know how you move. I can throw it over there and know where
Yep.
you're gonna be, and that leads to life.
Facts.
Now we do business together. We. There you go. I'm gonna lob it up to you. It's, yeah, go handle that. I don't need to be in there. You got that. You know what I mean? And if you need something from me, just tell them this. You know, I know he likes to hear this, or you know what I mean. I know they like this over there. So you
Facts.
come in there
So
with
true.
a collared shirt. Don't come in there how we usually come in. You know what I mean, with that essence on you.
That essence on you,
Yeah,
baby.
you know what I mean. You gotta put yourself
Yes.
together a little bit before you walk in there.
Make sure you straight.
Yeah.
You straight? You above
And
board?
that's all. Yeah, you above
Chris,
board.
The Chris Johnson
You
above board? Yes.
Oh yes.
Hey, we got to talk about Kobe. Or no, LeBron.
Let's end it with
Let's end
LeBron.
it with,
Hating man.
dude.
I can't wait to get
what do
into
y'all
it.
see in LeBron that I'm
We ain't got
missing?
enough battery left in this thing for it, but start. Let's run it out. What do we see about LeBron? What don't we see?
I'm simply saying that I feel like LeBron, for his stature, for what he's done, is still.
Say it, Ray.
He's still
Say
just
it, because
he's
you
still
keep throwing
just-
that damn word around. That
He's-
mediocre and LeBron.
No.
man.
It's not mediocre because it's hard. I'm nitpicking, right? I'm talking.
That's exactly what you're doing.
No, but-
This is what happened when your ass came back from the dead. You got real surly, and you started coming up with this whole anti-LeBron thing. I don't know if you had a LeBron vision
No.
while you was out. You know, I don't mean to make light of your
no,
situation, but since you back,
when you come out of death, you feel like you see everything so cut and dry. Of
I
like,
seen flatliners, dog.
Of-
Remember
Ooh.
flatliners?
Yeah.
And they came back, they was seeing shit a little slatted for a minute until they touched back in and had to get the vision together.
Well,
because it came back a
here's
little
my-
jaded.
here's my vision on
Labratio.
LeBron.
Remember Labratio? The
I
little black
remember.
girl was spitting and hitting it on Labratio?
Here's my take on LeBron. Outstanding human being. He's my favorite actual basketball athlete, even
Okay.
over Jordan.
Okay.
I put him next to Muhammad Ali.
As far as athlete status,
It's
for the
just-
philanthropy and the
Oh,
charisma.
dude, just
and
the whole. I
Yeah.
put Reem up there, even though they silenced him.
Yeah.
But Reem
Yeah.
was
Reem
game,
was
which is
up
why
there.
they wanted to keep him quiet.
Yeah.
I put him in that upper echelon of just outstanding human beings, right?
Yeah.
So I want to say that and then kill him next,
That's
right?
what's
So
happening.
after
You
that,
trying to sweeten us up before you came with the
yeah.
the
So
hate.
after that, so look, LeBron's 6'8",
Here we go.
260,
Here we go.
right? The biggest freak athlete we've ever seen in human history, right?
Agreed.
The
Like-
man can't help how you was born, right?
I understand that, but all I'm saying is we have
9 straight finals, whatever it is, 8, 9 straight finals, whatever it is, we have that. You have to go
do-
to the finals to win.
You have that. Here's why I nitpicked LeBron. LeBron is a very good superstar, but he's not a great superstar. He's a very good one. Very good. But I go, in the complete body of work of what we're going to look back on, LeBron is going to be sitting with 3 championships. I don't think it's going to happen here in LA. I know everybody does, and whatever Magic, and if they get it, I still do it.
Yeah.
I don't see it happening. Let me tell you why. LeBron, in my personal opinion, is a show horse. If I'm an owner,
Here he goes.
and I want to sell some jerseys and do all of that stuff, but he's not necessarily gonna for sure bring me a championship. He's easily beatable. And I go, when we talk about the greats, Michael Jordan wasn't beatable. He was
easily
bored.
beatable before he got Scotty.
No.
So you think it's easy to game plan against
Michael
LeBron?
was doing them 8s, them 60s, and them 40s, and all that other shit.
LeBron
It
never
wasn't
did-
winning
no,
nothing
LeBron
because
wasn't
it
doing
doesn't work. He facilitates and gets everybody else to express themselves. He makes sugar
that
out
works.
of boo-boo. I mean, it took some of them Cleveland teams to the finals.
This is what I feel like. A great athlete at 6'8", the best freaking athlete
We're
we've ever
talking
seen
about
in
a
the world.
basketball player, though, not an athlete. Attributes or athletic shit.
He's the biggest, most skilled, and athletic thing we've ever seen.
For sure.
And I'm saying, all of that got me three rings.
And non-state finals appearance.
And one was luck, right? Because Steph needed to get hurt. Draymond needed to get suspended. There was a bunch of things that happened in his favor for that to even happen, and I go like,
I'm not rolling
you
with that.
can't do that again.
Tough though, bro.
I'm not rolling with that.
Cause to win a
I'm
championship,
not.
every
You
team
can
has to have a bit of luck.
I could say that if the J.R. Smith doesn't do that, whatever he did, they could have won that game 1 and changed the whole course of the series. Maybe somebody overexerts themselves in the series where they down 0-1 and they get hurt.
My other knock, I'm glad you brought that up. LeBron gave up. Y'all know it. Y'all saw it.
Yeah.
I don't even need. We don't even need to like.
Who else is
He gave
somebody
up.
else got to do something?
He gave. I don't. My point is, we would never see Kobe do that. We would never see Jordan do that.
And he
If
blew out
Jordan,
his Achilles trying to give you everything he had
I
for no reason.
I understand, but that's the mentality I need to see from LeBron that I've never seen.
So it's killer instinct.
He has none. He's just really
That's
good.
what's
Be
killing me, okay.
crazy.
He's really good. He's
What's
not a
wrong
killer.
with making the right play every time?
I'll tell you why. Because that's what I'm saying. He does not have the balls to say whether we win or lose, it's not going to be based on my pass.
It's on me.
It's on me.
I
Give
think
me the ball.
I think he took that step last year in the Eastern Conference.
He's
playoff.
done better. He's done better.
The last couple of years,
I agree with you.
I
agree.
I think he knows. He hears all this Ray talk about passing the ball.
But
and,
let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. I know LeBron got the MVP finals and all of that stuff. But the real 100 was Kyrie.
Oh, here we go.
Kyrie was ending the game.
He did close it.
That doesn't happen on Jordan's team. That doesn't happen on Kobe's team.
Time out.
But it takes a lot to get you to that.
Hold on,
point.
time out. Was Kyrie Irving not the number one pick in the draft?
Yeah, he was number something.
Number 2, number
Something.
1, 2
Right,
pick in the
yeah.
draft?
He's on.
Are them people
Oh,
not
he's on.
supposed?
Oh, yeah.
Are they people not supposed to have the ball in their hand at the end of the game?
Let me ask you a question then. Okay, I understand that, but you're talking about LeBron being one of the best to ever do it, and I'm saying he's just one of the best. But I don't even think, like to keep it 100, I always tell you guys, y'all, he's not even, he's like 4 or 5 on the Laker roster.
But if they're talking about the Lakers.
But I'm saying this is an all-time great conversation. And I go that's why I think it's so disrespectful to dare say LeBron James' name and Jordan. It's disrespectful.
Only reason why I do that because Mike had the hand check. That's the only reason why I do him with the GOAT. When I say GOAT, he's the GOAT because I played with the hand check rule, and that's real. You couldn't do nothing.
Couldn't do nothing.
There was a no layup rule across the whole league.
Period.
I played in it. You used to get fined if you didn't take somebody's head. You could chug cutters and escort people through the lane. It was gangster ball.
And he's 6'6", 220.
I still did.
All right.
He They started the 6'6", 222 guard
LeBron
thing.
James is 6'8", 260, and that's what he says on paper. I think he's 275. Easy.
I was in rookie year.
Easy.
I got on a scale behind him before they cut me from Cleveland. The first time I ever been cut from anything in my life for no reason.
Everybody remembers that
I've
first
been
cut. Mine
killing
was the
Z
Celtics.
and
Yeah.
Ghana and Chris Mim in practice. You know, I was doing my thing. Carlos Boozer was on that team. They cut me. Paul Silas couldn't even look me in the eye. Whatever. It was a weird situation. I'm not gonna be bitter about it. But what was I talking about?
We were talking about
You said the first time you
first
said
time you used.
I got on the scale
got on
behind him.
Yeah.
267 his rookie year.
Come on.
Jesus.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A baby.
He's
That's when he was a
physical
baby.
specimen,
He
boy.
was
Right.
267
And I'm saying all
pounds.
of that.
Yeah.
3
But,
rings.
I mean,
Timmy.
you got to go
5.
to get one.
I mean, Kobe
It's
5.
a different
Magic
league.
5.
Different league.
He's hard, man. Yeah, different.
Jordan 6 and he
Different
quit.
league. Different league.
But I just go like LeBron, like that. That's just not that interesting to me. How do I? Why would I start a team with LeBron James when I go? Hey, there's this little light-skinned point guard, and people like playing with this guy, and all he does is shoot threes.
Nobody likes to play with Jordan or Kobe.
They
until-
did love to play with Jordan.
They wrote a book about not playing with Jordan. The Jordan Rulers, about what they hated about Michael Jordan. They tolerated Michael Jordan because they wanted to win championships. Nobody really liked
He was a
him.
tough. He was a tough teammate.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah, that's pretty well
Kobe-
documented.
Kobe
And Kobe's
tough
the same
team.
way. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
You know,
personally, I don't like Kobe, but obviously on the basketball side,
it's a different. There's
love
different
the
brands
guy.
of leadership. There's there's the inclusion in everybody and express themselves.
Okay,
and
let
then
me
there's
give you an
I'm gonna
example.
show you how to do this real quick.
All of what everybody said about Mike, you know why they was there? It was for show. There's nothing for show about LeBron. Nothing. He's never owned an era of this basketball.
Except the 9 straight finals that he went to.
9 straight L's. That's all that's telling
You
me.
got to
It
go
took-
to win.
But what that's telling me
You
is
need a team to win the finals, Ray. You go over there with the light skinned boy with 4 other All-Stars. I ain't trying to hear that. All right,
tough,
you got
it's tough.
shooter, you got shooter, man. You got
Mike's
you got
first
Clay over
team
there.
was Cartwright,
Killer,
aging. He was like 80
killer,
with the white.
killer,
Aging. He had Longley there.
killer. Together
Yeah.
they averaged 14 and 10. They made up one good center.
No, Hodges was off the bench.
Killer. NBA 3-point leader.
Who was there?
Ron
Pippen
Harper.
And,
Who?
no,
Cliff
first, I'm talking about the
Livingston?
first one.
Cliff Livingston?
No, the starting lineup. It wasn't that great, was my point, and it wasn't like he had 2 All-Stars. So
But-
I'm saying LeBron has always had an All-Star on his team. Always. Look it up.
That he made.
No, they were All-Stars.
He makes people All-Stars like
the
Steve
07
Nash.
team, he made Booby Gibson the All-Star.
Yeah. He makes All-Stars like Magic. You know, like Magic makes All-Stars. Like Steve Nash, he makes All-Stars, and he makes people get maximum contracts based on the positions that he puts them in to be successful.
Yeah, he definitely got trips to
But
times.
he
of
can't
the
turn a
season.
ring into it never equates to a ring. All of this is cute, but it just never equates
You
to
can
a
only
ring.
do what you can do.
You're 3 for 9. That's hard. That's a baseball
But
statistic.
you 9.
I mean, at least give me 50-50 at least. To be the great, the GOAT. I mean, we're talking about GOAT stat. You guys talk about
there's an
LeBron on the
asterisk.
chat
There's an
like
asterisk.
he's the GOAT, and I'm
There's an
saying
asterisk.
where?
There's an asterisk. They got that damn team up north for the Hall of Famers.
No, but the Dallas Mavericks team, though. The 2010
How
Dallas
is that?
Mavericks.
What do you mean? Like, okay, these were drafted okay players. Drafted. Simply okay.
No.
No.
You go check on the kids.
Well, that's the way the cookie crumbles when you're in here using other people's studios,
Right.
I guess, you know what I mean? But it worked out at a good time. What more can you talk about?
Right, we're happy to see Baron interrupt us as usual.
As usual,
As
we done
usual.
talked about life after death,
Yep.
mental health, UCLA,
LeBron.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
a conversation obviously for another day
Yes,
because you know what I'm
gotta
saying. You can't argue with people who come back from the dead. They're surly. So we gonna.
We're
let
so
you-
certain
You're
after
so
that.
surly
So
and certain,
certain.
it's ridiculous, and they be slightly petty.
Probably.
If you never had one, or if your homeboy never came back for Lazarus, if you don't have a Lazarus, if you don't have a Lazarus homeboy, you know what I
love
mean. I got one.
The Bible
Thank you, my
reference.
dude,
Yep,
coming over. You know
Hey,
what I mean.
thanks for having me. I would say this is fun, but this is normally our normal.
It's just.
You know, when we
It could be
catch up.
just a Tuesday or a Wednesday. This don't even have to be a Friday thing. You know what I mean? You never know.
And we have so much more to do. I mean, we could have gone over.
It's on the way.
Because I mean,
It's on the way.
But
We're gonna do check-ins.
Yeah,
We're gonna check in
always.
with you, see how you doing, talk about the state of the space and the culture,
Yeah, man.
and do it like how we
Talk about
normally
that.
do it.
Yeah, always.
Always
Yeah,
love.
appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for sure.